morning, everybody. It's or good afternoon, wherever you are on planet Earth. Yeah, it's April 1st, 2023. No, I'm not pranking anybody today. I think that's very childish. It only is fun for plastic spiders when you're a child. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, my favorite Swede, he's like, today he made a big point that because people are finally waking up about a liquid, and I have noticed a lot of people that have gotten, who've ingested the liquid, their immune system, they're catching every bug out there. It's like they're having medical issues and bronchitis, and I'm just like, hey, if they have to go into the hospital now for bronchitis for IV antibiotics, they're lucky now, because a couple years ago they would have put them on remdesivir and 72 hours on that. We all know what happens. Your internal organs start shutting down. As for other stuff that's going on, it's some of the big stuff. It's primarily British royal family and stuff going on in Germany. So, Henry being over in the UK for that court trial. I guess he attended day 1, 2, and 4 and missed day number 3. Now, my gut feeling's telling me that on day 3, he had to pay a visit to the American Embassy in London, because to register his time and to check up on his visa. Plus, in order to, because he's a UK national, UK citizen, he can only spend so much time in the United States. If he's here too much, he's going to have to cough up big time taxes. So I think he's kind of fudging his time in and out so they don't have to pay taxes on his gross income, which includes stuff that he gets from his daddy. So that's what I think is going on. And he may be, let's see if they allow him back into the US after the revelations. We've got the stuff going on. It's kind of funny that JoJo and Cammy Poo are suddenly quiet and full of no comments after what has happened in New York. But as anybody knows, lately, our judicial system is kind of skewed towards the benefit of people who vote blue no matter who. It's no surprise that JoJo and Cammy are all of a sudden. Cammy Poo, there, the laughing hyena, has a muzzle on. It was kind of ironic when I was flipping through all the news stuff this morning. Yes, the Midwest weather hit the international news. But people don't realize that we had been forewarned of this storm front moving in for the past 36 hours. Yesterday morning, I went out real early to do what I needed to do, what I had to take care of. So that was early Thursday morning. Starting on Tuesday is when we started getting notices. Hey, the storm front's moving in. Here's the estimated times. And then basically all day Wednesday, we were getting updates on every single news broadcast. Okay, this is when the storms are probably going to hit your area. Make sure you have everything locked down and this and that. So they did predict where the storms would hit in the Chicago area. So I'm not surprised that some buildings that weren't super structurally sound lost their roof. I feel sorry for the kids that were at that concert last night in Belvedere, but back in my day during stormy weather, my parents were kind of like, no, you're not going to some place like that. There's a place called Allstate Arena here in the Chicago area. And before it was named Allstate Arena, it was the Rosemont Horizon. And during construction, of the building, a horrible storm blew through and the roof caved in. So it was always a joke for like the first year that concerts were being held at that venue that, yeah, we'd wear construction helmets. So it was back in the 70s. The other big thing that's hitting the news, and I'm just laughing because I literally know exactly what Samantha is going through because I had a federal lawsuit happening. This was started in 2011. And yeah, my case was dismissed with prejudice. It went to appeal. And my attorney was able to literally, the defendants got slaughtered in the appeal process. And my appeal actually changed federal labor law. So, but then after the fact, when my attorney found out I was a supporter of Donald Trump, his attitude towards me changed. And so everything in the case went to benefit his thing and not me. And the attorney is now a federal magistrate. So if anyone has Seventh Circuit Court, anybody who has to deal with Jeffrey Cummings, if you better put a lot of Biden shit on your Facebook page, because if you don't vote blue, he's going to screw you over big time. Yeah. Federal Magistrate Jeffrey Irvin Cummings, Seventh Circuit Court. Only nice to Democrats. And I have the receipts. So with Samantha going up against her younger sister, if you actually read the documents, you realize what they have to do. They have to amend the paperwork. They have to remove the stuff pertaining to the Omid Scobie book because that's considered hearsay, and which now gives them the ability to tuck in all the nonsense that they spouted in the Netflix documentary. So they have to remove one portion because it's hearsay, and I also think it was exceeded the statute of limitations, time to file. So now they can throw actually more stuff in there. So it's actually a beneficial move by the judge for Samantha. The other thing, KC3 is all over Germany. Yeah, they're making a big thing about him going to visit the Kindertransport. Now, people, please remember, it wasn't just kids from Germany. By the time the Kindertransport happened, several other countries had been absorbed into the Third Reich. Portions of the Sudetenlands, which was Czechoslovakia, Austria. So it wasn't just German children. There were children from all over Europe being placed on those trains and evacuated out of Europe. Those parents saw the writing on the wall. Just like my grandfather, he saw the writing on the wall. I was raised to be aware. And those of people who aren't aware, start learning. Get off your computer. Start reading. Start reading the real history, not the sanitized stuff that you find all over YouTube, because YouTube and some of the other YouTube and Rumble and BitChute still have to maintain impartial, so they can't put this or that, so they have to be very impartial about what's up there, so not to bruise any feelings, but you can go to the library and do your homework. The one thing I did, I listened to Trevor's rant this morning, and he went on about this woman, what is her name? Ursula von der Leyen. I then went on to Wikipedia. Well, okay, Wikipedia isn't the most reliable, but it does provide some basics. And one thing that I found very interesting about this woman is when she went away to school to get her MD, she didn't use her name on her, she was actually born in Belgium. So her birth certificate is from Belgium. Her parents were from Germany. But she used a variation of a name from some of her grandparents who were Americans. So also look under the name Rose Ladson, Ladson, for this woman. Ursula von der Leyen, Leyen. Also goes by Rose Ladson, Ladson. I mean, she was an MD, and then she started climbing up the political ladder. She was in Angela Merkel's cabinet, and people I know call Angela Little Adolf, trying to rule the world. And then she weaseled her way into being the German defense minister. Now she's president of the European Commission, and is now trying to weasel her way into NATO, so possibly consolidating all the military. And here she's a good German. That's kind of Germany because of the nonsense they pulled in 1914 and 1939. They're not supposed to have a standing army. They're not supposed to have certain things. Just like Japan's not to have certain things because of all the nonsense that they started in the 1930s. I'd keep my eyes open and start watching her. Really, I don't get a good feeling from this woman. I think I keep getting Angela Merkel as like the European puppet master, like O'Bean Brain is. So there's rumblings, and they're doing the best to destabilize our American political system. But I have a feeling enough people are waking up, and there will be major changes. As for the banking system, if all you see is something on paper, don't trust it. If you need tangible objects you can hold in your hand. I mean, if you're going to go buy gold, hey, head to a pawn shop. You're going to get better prices there. So it's a short one today. Everything else, there's going to be more popping. So let's see what this weekend brings. I do want to get this uploaded and so forth because they're saying another storm front's going to blow through. And I know a few years ago, where I live, we're on a storm path, and they did knock our power out for a while. So I want to make sure that if the power goes out, I have enough battery time on the phone to connect to a hotspot and that I can get onto the computer at 4:30 today. So everybody have a good one, and I'll be talking to you on Monday. Yes, it's April. So yes, I will be doing videos on the odd days of the month. You got to remember everything I've said today is for entertainment purposes. Entertainment purposes, full disclaimers in the box. If you want a private reading, email me. There's my Venmo stuff down there. And yeah, I should have said this at the beginning, but hey, better late than never. I've had to use a different program to get these up, or else it's been taking hours upon hours to upload. So I'm trying to work out the bugs with the editing transfer system I was using before. So I'm using a more primitive system right now. So, and yes, live broadcasts where you can come online is the second and fourth Saturdays of the month. Catch you later.